Hello there, we are going to talk about the wet bench emergency situation notices. The case 1. These days. Send together. You have some accident just like this. Engineer, no matter the process or equipment engineer, who understand to bypass the interlock. We talked about before the bypass interlock. And open the door or the window. As I know, there is a process engineer. The engineer wants to see how the robot movement to get the wafer out and put the wafer in to the tank. And the engineer know about how to bypass the interlock circuit of the window. And the engineer open the window and put his head inside to the wet bench. Want to see the robot movement. And the robot just move. That's right, just move quickly forward to him. And the robot hurt this engineer's head very badly, injured very serious. As I know, this accident at our fab a long time ago. So the accident occurred. And you cannot let every equipment or process engineer do not bypass any interlock, especially they want to do the experiments or do the service or do the investigation. They sometimes bypass interlock to take his risk for open the door or open the window and let the body inside the wet bench. No matter what, is very dangerous. So after that, all the robot of the wet bench installation a safety device, because the wet bench robot, it can carry most 100 pieces of wafer. It's very strong and very powerful. You cannot use a mankind to resist it. So we installation a laser photo sensor set. This laser photo sensor project a light beam, laser beam. And the laser beam, the producer is a receiver. Producer and receiver, and the producer the laser beam to the receiver. If you anything cut the light beam and make the receiver cannot receive the light beam, it will let robot power off. So if a robot movement and mankind here and touched the light beam, the light beam be cut, and the receiver cannot receive the light beam. The system will let the robot power off, make a robot no any electrical power to avoid mankind injured. So the robot safety system is the first thing you ask the manufacturer to install this system. And there's a lot of emergency stop button around the wet station. Because the wet station is so big, this is the mankind. And wet station is so big, if the mankind sees some dangerous happen, it can stay at any position around the wet bench and push the stop button to stop emergency happened, or is already saw emergency situation happened. You push the stop button to stop, to let the damage to minimum. So set the push stop button of the emergency stop around the wet station is necessary. And we are going to talk about the emergency stop button. It's just like this, a button you push and let something stop. And this button we have dozens of this button around the wet station, and we have to install an anti-touch cover to cover it, to prevent somebody body touch the button without thinking. So if we want to push a button for emergency situation, at first you open this cover, anti-touch cover, then push to stop the equipment. And we're going to make a push stop button for several levels. Level 1, we use for example, we use a red color to do the button. The button is red. If we push it to stop only the robot, push it and the robot power off. This is avoid the human touch accident injured issue. So if you saw some robot dangerous movement, you touch the red button of EMO to let the whole robot power off. Let the robot no power, means that robot stop. And for example, we use a yellow color for the button. If you push it, all chemical tanks power off. That means all chemical tanks heating power off, no heating. And the power pump and the power of the pump to stop chemical circulation. And the power of all the tanks its power to let the tank stop. This is avoid. If you see some emergency, have a big chemical leak out, or even a fire, you push it. And we use a black color to do the button, for example. That means it let whole wet bench power off. This is the final level of the emergency stop. If you push it, whole wet station power off, just a wet station big main power off. It let all electric power off of the whole wet bench. So we can let emergency button to be counted for several level to push to stop some equipment of the wet bench. Even finally push stop the whole wet bench power off. And the wet bench electric circuit, we use a normal open circuit, and we push it, it let the wire connect to be closed, then stop the thing you need. And normally in the early time, the wet bench used the normal close button to do the EMO. The normal close benefit is if we want to push stop some equipment, it will lose electric power and it will naturally be normal open, just what he wants. Or he can push a little bit, can open the circuit with a very short time to do the power off. This is his benefit, but this most issue is the normal close EMO can have a circuit open accident. That means that there is no any emergency situation. There's no necessary to push the button to open, but the circuit open by itself just because the wet bench have a lot of corrosive acid vapor to let the emergency stop button electric circuit has the corrosion aged by acid vapor from the wet bench. So use the normal open button, and if we need, we push it to normal close and let power off. It's the best thing to avoid the normal closed circuit corrosion by acid vapor issue. Finally, I want to tell you is if there is over poisoned very hazard gas, the ppm is rising as an accident, very much rising to can hurt human body, even cause human body die. We need to do the strong exhaust for this emergency situation. So the weigh station have two lines. There is a normal exhaust line, and we have an emergency high concentration of the poison gas situation. We use the strong exhaust line to vent, to purge too much concentration poison gas. And if the valve have the power off accident, we need to use a hand valve to open the strong exhaust. So the valve must have the hand valve structure, and the hand valve not near the equipment, is far away, no near the wet bench, to avoid the poison gas to hurt people. And we also have an emergency drain. Every chemical tank have an emergency drain, because if you have some electric power problem, the system lost control, and we got to drain the tank chemical inside immediately in the emergency status, and we got no power to remote control the valve open. We got to use a hand valve, also the hand valve to open to let it drain, and we got to use a butterfly hand valve, because the butterfly valve is very quick use for mankind. Just turn a degree, sometimes just a 90-degree turn can drain the chemical out by hand. So the equipment must design the emergency exhaust and the emergency drain by hand use for avoiding lost electric power to deal with the emergency situation. Okay, let's see you next time.